How's everybody doing? This is Orlando Pena. So I'm here with a wonderful friend of mine. We go back a long time, almost 20 years, and we were having a very good discussion about gender and responsibilities of various roles in the household and how individuals can stay together or not. So, how's everybody doing? Again, excuse the lighting. Hope y'all can see us clearly. So, I'm here with my good and wonderful friend who I love dearly, Miriam. And we were having a conversation in terms of roles in the home with relationships and how each party plays a different role, as we can say. And I was discussing in terms of how men, they get to a part where they may feel that the woman is doing too much or they're doing too much, and they get where they lose each other. They lose respect for one another because they have not built a cohesiveness. They have not built an understanding of what are the roles that we're going to play and respect each other's role. Because each person should have some form of respect, not to the term where you're taking care of me and I'm taking care of you and I have a responsibility. I believe that both parties should have a responsibility towards each other, and that creates a happy home. I mean, I'm sure there's more things in addition to that, but that's where I stand. So Miriam is gonna speak in Spanish because she expresses herself more better in Spanish.
Putting an input to what you were saying. Playing a role. We could be. This is a really complicated topic. We're gonna get a lot of heat. Let me tell you, I could get a lot of heat for that because I have my own point of view. So it's like I want to speak with examples. Like, you want to see a little mouse.
She's saying it in English, which is
oh my
good.
God, I didn't even
realize
realize
she was
it.
gonna say it in Spanish.
No,
say it in English.
Yeah, I know. I didn't even realize it. I have like a Spanish / English in my head running all over the place.
So continue.
Okay, so it's like you want to see. It's okay. Society says that a man can do the same thing as the woman. So now we place in a situation that we don't need each other. Right? A woman will say, "I don't need any shit from Orlando." Excuse the language.
Excuse me?
I don't need anything from you. I paid everything myself. And then Orlando would say, "Well, I know how to cook. I don't need her either." You see how we place each other?
Yes.
So we place woman to the fragile things such as cooking, cleaning, blah, blah, blah. I don't need you. I'm a man. I know how to do those things as well. But then again, I place myself into that position of like, I don't need you because I do pay my bills. Let's not work out things. Get out of my life. So we both go, what?
Our separate ways.
Or separate ways. So going down to that, my experience and some of the friends I know, once we as, female and male come together in a house, and I don't know if it was because that's part of our like animal instincts, the female is taken care of by the man, by the male, and the male is expected to be that protector. Once we flip that concept and want to actually follow what the society is implementing, that we don't need each other, we could all do our ways or separate ways, then we see a scenario such as like, okay, we both in a house, we both put money on the table, 50 and 50. You know what the next thing that happens? Well, I'm talking about the majority of relationships I've seen. You see that lovey-lovey that before used to be, baby, you want coffee? Because you buy me extra flowers and maybe you make $10 more than you. Mm-hmm. That goes down the drain, honey. Go get your own coffee. It becomes a habit, and then we lose that part in which you guys love, that nature part. That doesn't mean I'm a servant. It's just a nature thing. Mm-hmm. That tenderness, that softness. That we're not a roommate. We a couple.
So how can we bring it back? If we notice we're losing it, how can we bring it back?
It's gonna be, well, nothing is impossible. It's just we have a sense of mind that it's been going on for quite a bit. So this is a little bit difficult because feminists are probably gonna kill me talking about this topic, but once we become very productive as ladies, we can become little monsters. Mm-hmm. Definitely, because that we put into the house, unless it's to our kids, we're not going to provide to our husbands anymore. I'm talking about the majority of cases that I've seen have led into divorce of separations due to that. And then the man feels, but you can take care of me. Really? But, okay, I'm going to stay home. Okay, let's get into that agreement. You're going to stay home. I'm going to provide you. But then once I start treating you like a female, the expectations of placing us where what I just mentioned, soft parts, cleaning, organizing the house, and you don't do it proper as we females think you guys should, then problems come in. Because in reality, you a man. And once I place you there and treat you like an equal, that equal that they talk about, you're gonna act irritated. That's what I've seen, experience even in the past. But we had into an agreement. Okay, money's not the problem here. Role's position is not the problem. I can do the same as you. You can do the same as me. But emotionally speaking, we're not fulfilling each other's needs. When it comes to that side of you being of gender, like you being a female, me being a female, you being a man, you being a male. I'm not fulfilling your needs. I'm not being that. You're not being that protector to me. Because then I'll have to come home and tell you how to do things as a lady. And you're not a lady, and I cannot even have that expectation.
What about, let me ask you something.
And acceptance is not real.
What about...
That's an illusion.
Right, I got that.
To my point of view.
I got that.
That's my perception.
What about if the partner that you're with is over aggressive in terms of being the dominant factor in the relationship? What about, because those things do take place where women become so aggressive and not realizing what they're doing, they somehow lose respect for the relationship because they're too aggressive within the relationship. They're doers. I'll do this, I'll do that, and they don't allow the man to play the man role. That's one aspect. The other aspect is, what if you have a woman that doesn't have no type of humbleness? Forgets to be, not for her to be humble in terms of being a mental slave, let's get that correct, but in terms of being humble within the relationship, in terms of knowing when to shut it off. Because and we were having a conversation earlier, you would say, like you made a comment in terms of a woman has her period and some get a little more emotional. But also, I also believe that if a woman, aside from her period, what if she's getting a little too emotional, but she's able to become centered and see herself and see what's taking place and pause instead of being over aggressive? Because if she's aggressive and he's aggressive and somebody doesn't lower the wing, then the house is on fire.
That was a lot into one question. So let's break it down.
Let's break it down.
Okay, let's break it down into first, she doesn't allow the man to be a man. Then again, no one allows...
No, humbleness, not she's an aggressor.
Let's say for instance, because she's so controlling and possessive, she doesn't allow the man to play his role.
Okay.
But from the beginning, he's allowing her to play his role. So she's irritated inside that she's playing both roles, but we don't even say it because we want to be super lady, super woman, and I can do it. And I can show up to be better. We're human beings, we could be egotistic, and without even realizing that we are. So you allowing that woman to take over your space. So you have to have a voice and say, no.
You hear this? You have to have a voice.
You have to have a voice.
She answered it.
Yeah, you do have to have a voice.
Some men
we love that as ladies. Hey! We love that. We love when men that tell us, hey, honey, you're doing this right. Put your foot down. We're going to do it like this in a soft way. It's not like you're not going to manipulate me or you're going to mistreat me or to speak to me. But you can tell me, no, baby, we're going to do it this way. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to make you feel protected that my decision, it's not that it's better than you, but at this moment, it's more convenient for both of us. Mm-hmm. That's a different talk.
Yes, it is a different conversation.
It's the approach. Mm-hmm. So, but once you see this man that wants to be treated as a superman, and then all he's doing is complaining that I'm treating you as a lady when you acting like very soft and I have to make all decisions upon yourself. How you cannot expect a woman to be irritated inside? And she might not even realize that she's irritated against you. One thing I always believe, once you don't admire your couple, it could be you admire your lady admiring you for whatever reason that might work for you guys. There's nothing in there.
You lose.
The relationship is lost.
It's gone, yes.
If I don't admire you, I can't be with you because there will be no respect.
Mm-hmm.
And in a relationship, usually they say that we tend to intimidate or mistreat the people that we have more close to our heart.
Well, what about if you become cognizant and aware to find things to admire within that person, man or woman, because each person has some type of attributes that
to
they're
bring
good
to the
at.
table.
Something that, you know,
But
brings to
that's
the
where
table.
we need to sit down and recognize and be humble. And recognize which are those.
Right.
And then we go back into the roles, gender and female. And I play my role. Are you playing your role? Are you really fulfilling your task? Are you, like, say, for instance, your task is to pay all the bills on time. Are you really committing to whatever it is that you taking the command on? Are you actually being committed and really delivering? Because it's all about your word. It's like what I said
Your
before.
word is your bond.
Yeah. So if you said, okay, I want to stay home. I want to be a stay-home father. Stay-home father is not for you to be watching TV and go taking a coffee and go have a nice walk and then expect the provider lady to come home, take care of the kid, and then you might cook maybe one meal. But then the rest of the house you have to clean it yourself. Or he may done some cleaning. No, you have to be whole full court. So, but then again, it's hard for men to do that. I'm not saying that there might not be exceptions. There are exceptions in everything. As a woman can do constructions, a man can take care of a house. But how long is she gonna be able to do construction? How you say that in English?
Anatomy.
Anatomy doesn't allow you.
Your
You
makeup.
can kill yourself.
Your physical
You're
makeup.
not built for that. That you might be able to do it. Fine, you can. But it's not real.
Right.
It's not facts.
Right.
So you can do the house thing, but in reality, you have that need to feel a man. You have that testosterone going on, and you want to be that, But you're not gonna be treated like that, honey. If you're not playing that role, so you can't complain when that doesn't happen. But at the end, you will complain because that's not your nature. You like that.
There's a higher level of Cardi B. There's a higher level of Cardi B.
Not free advertising. No free advertising. Let me tell you, you love that, right? So it goes down to that. You're not gonna get that treatment.
Right,
so
right.
that's where when I try to say, I don't know if I'm explaining myself well.
No,
when the roles are not clear.
Yes.
You handle the house and treat it like I would, and you know me because therefore we marry each other. You like me to have certain things in a certain place. Do it to the tip, like I would have done it if I'm home. Or if you want to take the role of being the provider, once you come home, honey, I'm gonna have you and treat you like a king. As you should treat me like a queen once I come.
What is it?
It's not a nature thing. Very rarely a man will do it to the tip because that's not his nature. Very rarely a woman will last many years as a construction company lifting up blocks and putting plaster on the wall.
She's not built for that.
She's not built for that.
Stay forever.
So I think that's where we lost, and that's where this society is saying.
So in a short synopsis, what can help bring it back together?
Understanding our roles.
Understanding
Simple.
the roles.
It's that simple. It's so simple that it's hard to make it happen. It's so simplistic that it's hard for us to put it into place.
Well, there you have it. What do you think about that deep explanation? What do you think? Feel free to connect. Feel free to leave a comment. Leave your thoughts. Would definitely love to hear what do you think. With that, see you on the next one. Subscribe. Look forward to hearing from you. Peace.